Hi guys, Tracy Andas. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite show, Married at First Sight Australia. This is season 13, episode 19. Please subscribe so we can talk about this episode together, and let's get started. So today Scott's up early. He had his first major fight with Gia and she left. She took off. Probably best to cool down, but she was really hurt and she really just wanted to give Scott some time to think about why she was hurt. And he thought about it and he realized she was right. He shouldn't have had all of those pictures of his ex on his phone. She even asked him at one time, "Do you have a bunch of pictures on your phone of your ex?" And he said no. I remember that distinctively. So it was over 500 videos and pictures. That's insane. He had to get rid of those. No woman wants their man to have pictures of their ex on their phone. And to be honest, no guy wants his woman to have a bunch of pictures of her ex either. That's not a healthy relationship. So I'm glad they worked this out, and I'm glad she's back and everything seems to be back on track for them because they really are a cute couple. Layla arrives and she and Stella are in matching blue. That is so cute. I mean, they really are besties, and she feels bad for grilling Philippe so bad. She should feel bad. He's pretty great, but she didn't know at the time. She was just looking out for her friend. But Philippe understands that Layla had good intentions and they were to keep Stella safe. And so he is very forgiving with her. And they seem to be doing well. And everything seems good. She was really pretty rude, condescending, and everything at the wedding. But she isn't at this meeting. She's actually quite nice to him. Hopefully she treats him better going forward and this doesn't happen again. I have yet to hear an apology though. I mean, maybe that's already happened, but I haven't heard any gripes from her either. So we're going in the right direction. This is a couple with great communication skills, and when asked if they've said the "I love you" to each other yet, they haven't. Philippe got really uncomfortable and he blushed, and Stella let it be known the ball's in his court. He has to say it first. I say just liberate yourself, get it off your chest. I mean, we all know you love each other, and you know you love each other, so just say it, get it over with. Jesus. And I believe it's more traditional for a man to say it first. She can say it right after, but he needs to be the initiator. This went much better than Gia and Scott's friends and family dinner, that's for sure. The relationships can be so unpredictable at times. You never know what's going to set somebody off. Perhaps if they're extra vulnerable that day or sensitive, anything could trigger them. Now, Joel and Juliet went from bad to worse. I mean, that's an underestimation of the situation. After the discovery video that was sent by her friend, she shut down and she turned. She became mean and aggressive and moody and all the things we hadn't seen in Juliet. And I think all the things that Joel hadn't seen either. I think this was pretty shocking to him as well. But hey, better to get this knowledge in the beginning of a relationship. Hopefully she won't keep treating him this way. It's just so awful. But I think we have another Mel on our hands. No need to be mean, but she just can't help it. She wants everybody on her side because it's just not a match. But who cares? It's not a match. It's not a match. We don't have to get ugly about it. I mean, she's just being such a big baby. She won't even participate in the tasks. It's just making her madder and madder. And Joe is a true optimist, but I'm just not seeing this turning around at all for either of them. It's hard to kiss or cuddle or hug someone when you're annoyed, and this goes for anybody. Joel calls her out on not putting an effort in, and she gave him a ton of grace in the beginning, but it has worn thin, and she is just not participating in this charade anymore. She's just not interested in doing either task, and she doesn't want anything to do with him. She wants him to go away, and he really just doesn't know when to quit. Rachel and Stephen are still struggling with the intimacy part of their relationship. I'm glad they've moved forward from the "I'm not gonna kiss you" moment, which was so stupid, but I'm not sure if they've moved out of the friend zone yet. Stephen's brother Dylan and mother Ann meet Stephen and Rachel for lunch, and it's a warm greeting, and it's so lovely. Everybody gets along, and Dylan asked Rachel what her first impression of his brother was, and she said dashing. I mean, she's liked him from the very beginning. Stephen was so nervous during the wedding, and the two really calmed each other down when they first met each other, which is really nice, and it's important in a relationship. So that was a huge first impression. Stephen does struggle with expressing his affection, which his mom and brother are both very aware of, and he's working on that. And if anybody can help him with that, it would be Rachel. Probably one of the reasons they were paired up together. Bernardo, Rachel's friend, hopes Stephen can get there soon. She just wants to know if he is romantically connected to her. And I believe he has said he is not. But maybe things have changed. Dylan calls Stephen out. Show her some affection, dude. And Stephen is willing to fight for Rachel, get out of his comfort zone, and be more honest with his feelings. He needs to let that guard down, and he knows if he doesn't, he's going to lose her. And wouldn't that be amazing if he could do that and really allow her in? Because they would be such a cute match. Rachel does have different laughs. Her happy laugh is lovely. Her nervous laugh is so annoying, though. I'm glad we're past that for now. Alyssa and David's friends visit for the day. All girls, and David has no problem with it. The girls tell Alyssa about how Beck is trying to dig up dirt on her all over their hometown, and this is upsetting to David. Tyson and Stephanie's date turns sour when she learns he's still talking to his ex while he's married to her during the experiment. And she says, "You're not even giving us a chance if you're doing that. It's so disrespectful." And it really is. Beck and Danny enjoyed the talk with Beck's dad, Lee. There's nothing better than your dad approving of your man or your woman. Stephen's brother opened his eyes, and Dylan is a fan of Rachel. I believe they will be great friends going forward. Rachel scooches in for a kiss, and that's so nice to see. Are Stella and Philippe going to tell each other they love each other? I sure hope so. I do think they are going to. Maybe not on camera. Maybe that's such an intimate moment. You want it just to be between the two of you. He's going to do it, but he's going to do it when he feels it's right. He knows he loves her already. I mean, it's quite clear. It needs to be spontaneous. Stephanie and Tyson go on a date, and Tyson starts to talk about his ex, and she's a Brazilian that he still has feelings for. Tyson admits he's been speaking to her while he's been in the experiment. He even tells Stephanie he's still in love with her, which is obviously not going over very well with Stephanie. She just can't believe her ears. He's just not very mature, is he? He's one of those people that thinks he's just being honest goes over well. I mean, there's something about just being honest and being cruel. Gia's back the very next day, and I feel like Gia just needed a breather, and I feel like he just needs to give her a sincere apology, because if I found 500 pictures of my husband's ex on his phone, I would be completely bummed out too. That's just not acceptable. And he knows he screwed up. He'll make it up to her. The way Gia describes the incident, it sounds like it was one of those Facebook memory things, which nobody has control over. She was on his phone because he allowed her to look something up on his phone. So it's not like he had all these pictures in his saved photos. It was on his Facebook. And she just wanted him to get rid of them. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I vaguely remember her asking him if he had a bunch of pictures of his ex on his phone, and he said he didn't. And then we find now that he had over 500 pictures and videos, but maybe this was on his Facebook. I don't know, but he deleted them, which is good, but he wasn't really that honest about that situation, was he? So that's kind of concerning. Gia is honest and says that this brought up a lot of insecurities. I think the fact that they talk about everything is just a really good thing. Gia does react. She's a bit immature at times, wants to get her way, and when she doesn't, she bails. But he knows how to handle her, I think. It really is uncomfortable to see Joel and Juliet's interaction. They will be doing the ranking task. I believe she will be eager to hurt his feelings. Interestingly enough, she ranks Tyson last because of his ego. Then Steven, of course, because of his age. Then Danny because of his tattoos. I mean, she's clearly very judgmental. And wow, she puts him fourth lowest, which must feel absolutely horrible. She tells him he is not her type physically. And even though he's 31, he does look quite a bit older because of his silver fox hair and goatee. She's not exactly the most beautiful thing in the world either. I mean, he would never say anything disparaging about her looks. He's just not that kind of person. And he shouldn't be paired up with somebody who is, because it's just not going to work. Juliet has been doing a lot to hurt his feelings lately. It's just getting worse. Beck is last because of how she treats people. And boy, does she not like that she's not first. And if you notice who's first, it's Stella and Alyssa, all the nice girls. That's what he finds attractive. And she just looks at him like if looks could kill. Doesn't feel very good, does it? Hurts. I mean, this match is just a complete disaster. It's hard to watch. Stephanie and Tyson take part in the audition tape task, and I believe Tyson has already very much openly discussed his feelings about gay marriage and relationships, but she knows bringing this up again is going to paint him in a bad, negative light. I think she's just doing the same as Juliet is doing towards Joel. And I don't like this. Can't you just rise above and be a better person, even if the other person is not? I think you can. It's kind of payback for talking with the ex while in the experiment. It's clearly obvious that that is what she's doing. I feel like there's a lot of this happening in the experiment. Kind of a tit for tat. It really is very immature, and why most of the couples partaking in this behavior are single, in my opinion, or at least were before the experiment. During the rapid revelations task, Sam tells Chris what he is most afraid of in the experiment is falling in love, which is shocking to Chris. And Chris is most insecure when he doesn't get reassurance from his partner. Chris and Sam are really very cute together, and they have a lot of similarities in their behaviors and their fears and their hopes and dreams. It all really kind of lines up. Tyson and Stephanie are back to being Mr. and Mrs. Frosty. Brutally honest. I hate when people use this as an excuse to hurt one another. I see it a lot. Tyson looks at his watch while Stephanie's talking to him. He just can't help but be rude. He's so insensitive, and this relationship doesn't look fun at all for either of them. David's friends, Jasmine and Melissa, and Alyssa's friend, Adriana, arrive to hang out for a nice lunch and catch up with each other. They talk about how Beck is after them and their relationship. Adriana tells Alyssa that Beck is actively trying to dig up stuff about her in their hometown, and Beck seems to be just as much of a mean girl as Brooke and Gia. Jealousy is a nasty trait, and she has it. No matter how much Beck apologizes to Alyssa, she realizes this girl is coming for her. So she will continue to keep her at arm's length. You don't have to tell somebody who you are over and over again. It's your actions that show who you are, and no apology in the world is going to change that. More tasks for Stephanie and Tyson. The audition video task is here, and I think Tyson was happy about the compatibility of their values, and I'm a little annoyed that Stephanie is bothered by Tyson's view on the gay topic. I mean, she already saw it. He's already been clear about that. She misunderstands his point. Nobody likes super over-the-top PDA from anybody. Nobody needs to see that. That should be reserved for the bedroom. I don't care if you're heterosexual or homosexual. It just doesn't need to be in everybody's face. And that's his point. He doesn't mind gay marriage. He just doesn't want everyone to keep putting it in everybody's face. I don't know, maybe she's just trying to have a politically correct moment on television to bring this up again. Juliet's behavior has shown quite a bit of immaturity. Joel is getting angry, and Juliet realizes she hasn't been herself. She actually doesn't even like her own behavior, so she says she doesn't like Joel, and that's the bottom line, and he's not her person. So what? No need to be mean about it. Can't you just be friends? Other couples have been able to do that. She believes he is performing for the camera, and it's been hard to connect with the real Joel, who she believes she saw during the honeymoon, and he wasn't so performative. Maybe he just gets nervous in front of the camera. I'm not really sure. He won't even let her talk. He's talking over her, and she's over it. He can't see how he has a part in this disaster. He could be softer too, and he is very antagonistic to her during these tasks. She just doesn't want to partake in them. She's not happy with how he's treating her either. I would just throw in the towel at this point. I mean, they're not a match, and they're starting to really dislike each other and be ugly toward each other, and that is not going to be good for anybody. A big personality is tough to form a relationship with, and she's already packed. She already planned on leaving before they even had partaken in this task. Joel says this isn't how he expected his first marriage would go. Get used to it, buddy, because I understand what it can be like when your emotions get the best of you. It's no fun. And he needs to take some responsibility. He's taking none. It's all on Juliet. All right, you guys, this was a really fun episode, but I really can't wait for the next one. So I'll be dropping it really soon. I just want to see what happens with Juliet and Joel, and how Gia and Scott bounce back from their pretty big argument. All right, take care. Bye.